Well, hello again, Solis Wealth family. Greg Solis here with our update. First of all, got some interesting news. Jack actually played in his first pro event. So as you know, he graduated from college. He wants to play professional golf. He played in a Golden State event here locally. Didn't shoot that well, but you know what? He got the first one out of the way. So I think he's excited about it. He's getting ready to take off to Louisiana. He's going to be playing the so-called All Pro Tour. And so he's really, really excited. He'll be in Louisiana and Texas, and it's just a mini tour, and he's excited. And so you can be praying for Jack. I hope he does well. This has been a lifelong dream of his, and it's fun to watch him going through that process. The girls are doing great. Nicole's, of course, in Hawaii. She'll be back for spring break, bringing a couple of her friends out with her. We're excited about that. Emily's always, of course, excited to see her, so the family's in a good position. Monica played in her first women's golf event, so that was neat to see. It was a shamble. She loved it. She said they used a lot of her drives, so that's good. Other than that, the Solis Wealth Management team is doing great. As a matter of fact, a few weeks ago, we got together for our so-called strategic planning meeting. We do this once a year where we take a full day, and then we do a halftime and where we take a half a day. To just get together and really strategize. What are we doing well? What can we do better? And really kind of doing a deep dive and evaluating Solis Wealth Management to make sure that we're giving our clients the very best. So I love getting together with the team, putting our heads together to make sure that we got some good strategic planning for the year ahead. And so rest assured, we're working hard to make sure we do a great job. Market-wise, boy, what a volatile time it's been. As I mentioned during our last update, we saw peak to trough. The S&P 500 was off almost 10%, NASDAQ about 15%. Small caps got creamed, particularly small cap growth was down over 25%, measured by the Russell 2000 Growth Index. So it was a tough time for the markets. We recovered quite nicely as we went into February, and we got almost half of it back. But then, of course, inflation numbers came out last week, still not looking good. The inflation numbers, we saw at about 7.5% on the consumer price index year over year. Excluding the volatile food and energy, it was up about 6% year over year. So that's still very challenging. This has been a headwind for us, for sure. And so again, the Fed is looking to raise rates. We're looking to probably see them make the first move in March. And they may make a few more, whether it's 0.25%, 0.5%, we're not sure yet, but keep an eye on that. But that's what the market was pricing in, is the Fed most likely having to raise rates sooner. Again, we've talked about the so-called quantitative easing tapering. They're probably going to have to taper quicker. And so this, of course, is going to try to slow the economy down to try to keep inflation under control. And so that's really the main headwind that we're seeing right now. The 10-year Treasury has spiked up quite a bit. So we're starting to see rates go up. As I mentioned to you before, back in December, the 10-year Treasury was at about 1.3, 1.35%. We're now over 2%. We haven't been over 2% in a long time. And think about where the 10-year Treasury was during the pandemic in the heat of back in July of 2020, we saw rates all the way down to 0.5% on the 10-year Treasury. Again, now we're all the way up to 2%. So these are big moves that are putting a little pressure on the markets, and so we're seeing a lot of volatility in the equity markets. The GDP numbers still look good, however, and frankly, earnings in the fourth quarter of 2021 are really strong. The S&P 500 is reported, most companies have reported now, and we saw tremendous growth in earnings year over year. And so that's what's helping the markets to hang in there. So got some headwinds, got some challenges, but overall, we still remain cautiously optimistic for 2022, but hang on tight. Volatility is the name of the game right now. And you hear me say it often, when you own equities, the price of admission is volatility. But if you have questions or concerns, don't hesitate to give us a call. You know we're here for you. We'll keep you posted. Take care. God bless.